Hello, guys. It's me here, Josh, and I am the Super Football fan number 18 here. And today, I will be doing the Week 4 NFL prediction picks for the 2025 to the 2026 NFL season. And yeah, with that being said, before we get started, let's talk. Let's recap what happened last week. Last week, the Broncos fell short once again to a game-losing field goal. Yeah, I know your Bronco fans are going to be pretty upset by this point, but trust me, I think this time for Week 4, the next week will be a bounce back week. I'm going to say that much, unless if I jinxed it. But regardless, tough loss. But either way, let's go ahead and get started for Week 4's NFL prediction picks. And we start off with the Thursday Night Football matchup against the Seattle Seahawks against the Arizona Cardinals. Not a great Thursday Night Football matchup. Should have been a different Thursday Night Football matchup, but whatever. It's Prime Video. Anyway, for my prediction, give me the Cardinals just because, well, the Cardinals have a better roster overall, and I think the Cardinals might have a better chance of beating Seattle and the Seahawks for Week 3 of the NFL season. As for my pick, though, I'm also going for Arizona because Arizona is doing pretty good this season. And overall, Arizona has been playing a pretty good game overall. Seattle's been playing pretty good too. I prefer Seattle over. Let's get Arizona over Seattle because I don't like the Seahawks. Before we get to the 1 o'clock matchups, we also have an Ireland game at 3:30, the very first ever Ireland game in the NFL season. We have the Minnesota Vikings against the Pittsburgh Steelers at Ireland. For my prediction, give me the Vikings. Yeah, the Vikings are going to win this game overall. The Steelers, even though Aaron Rodgers has been playing all right, I still do think that A-Rod's not going to have a great game over the Raiders. The Vikings, because the Vikings have a better team overall. Carson Wentz has been playing pretty good and played very well overall. And I do think that the Vikings will win over the Steelers. But for my pick, though, I'm going to go for the Steelers just because why not? Let's see an upset happen for the pick, honestly. It'd be kind of cool if they get the job done, and overall, it'd be nice. Anyways, we move on to the 1 o'clock and the 4 o'clock matchups. Okay, so for the 1 o'clock games and the 4 o'clock games, we have a total of 7 1 o'clock games and 3 4 o'clock games for week 4's for week 4 of the NFL season. To start it off, we have the Los Angeles Chargers against the New York Giants for my prediction pick. For my prediction pick, I'm actually going to say for both of the prediction pick to the Chargers, just because the Giants have been having a struggling season, and even in as much as Russell Wilson has been doing, Russell Wilson is not their guy to answer much of the stuff, and I think they need to start going with the quarterback so that way they can play plays that they can win overall to beat the Chargers. And overall, I say the Chargers just because they have very good offense, very good defense, and overall, Maury Hampton has been playing good. No offense to the Chargers, no offense, but the Chargers have been pretty good. Not saying I hate the Chargers, but I do think the Chargers are pretty cool. Next, we have the Tennessee Titans against the Houston Texans. For my prediction, I think it's finally going to be the Texans. I think the Texans are finally going to win a game, even though they have been having a 3-game losing streak. I think they finally are going to get their first win of the season over the Tennessee Titans, and I think for once, the Texans will get their first win of the season. But for my pick, give me the Titans just because I think this is the game where I think Tennessee has somehow pulls a great upset. And considering the fact that the last time they took on each other at Houston, Tennessee won, and I think they're going to repeat the process like they did last season. So overall, give me Houston for my pick. For my prediction, Tennessee for my pick. Next, we have the Washington Commanders against the Atlanta Falcons. For my prediction pick, give me the Washington Commanders. The Falcons lost pretty badly to the Carolina Panthers, and I think it's going to be the same thing. What's going to happen to Atlanta? So overall, Give me the Falcons. Excuse me, not the Falcons. Give me the Commanders overall. And even if Jay Daniels is hurt, I think he's Marcus Mariota did show that he did do pretty good. And as long as Jay Daniels doesn't end up being a sophomore slump, he will beat the Falcons for Week 3's game. Next, we got the New Orleans Saints against the Buffalo Bills. This was pretty easy. Give me the Buffalo Bills for the prediction picks. The Saints are not good. They don't have a quarterback. The team has not been playing recently. The Bills have been pretty good. The Bills will go 4-0. The Saints will go 0-4. So, pretty easy. It's pretty self-explanatory. Next, we got the Philadelphia Eagles against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This one's going to be a close one, but for my prediction, give me the Eagles. I think the Eagles are going to have a slight advantage of the Buccaneers with their defense being pretty great. And overall, the Buccaneers will have not the Buccaneers. The Eagles will have a better offense overall compared to the Buccaneers. And overall, the Eagles will have better offense and defense. And for my pick, I'm going to also go for the Eagles. So pretty much for my prediction pick, give me the Eagles. Next, we have the Cleveland Browns against the Detroit Lions. For my prediction, give me the Lions. Even though the Lions have been struggling, they have gone back into action. Even if the Browns won by a game-winning block and a game-winning field goal, I still think the Lions are going to have the upper advantage. So give me the Lions over the Browns. The Lions are going to kick the Browns' butt. And overall, that's going to be the way it is for that matchup. And lastly, for the last 1 o'clock matchup, we have the Carolina Panthers against the New England Patriots. For my prediction pick, give me the New England Patriots over the Carolina Panthers. I think for this game, Carolina will win it. And overall, I do think that Carolina's going to I do think New England's going to have a better roster overall over Carolina. And overall, Carolina is going to not going to do pretty well overall. So give me the New England Patriots over the Carolina Panthers. Drake May will beat Bryce Young, and yeah, those are all the 1 o'clock matchups. Now we move on to the 4 o'clock matchups. Okay, to start off the 4 o'clock matchups, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars against the San Francisco 49ers for the first 4 o'clock matchup for Week 4. For my prediction pick, this one's going to be a bit of a tough choice, but after thinking about it, I'm going to give it to the Jacksonville Jaguars just because as much as the 49ers are 3-0, the problem is they're having some injuries, and considering the fact that they're in the injury curse, I do think the Jaguars are going to have a better game overall over the San Francisco 49ers. So overall, give me the Jaguars for my prediction, but for my pick, I'm going for the 49ers just because the 49ers are a pretty cool team. So overall, give me Jacksonville for my prediction, but for San Francisco for my pick. Next, we got the Indianapolis Colts against the Los Angeles Rams. For my prediction, give me the Colts, actually, just because I think the Colts are going to pull an upset over the Rams, with Dan Jones being the helmet as the quarterback for the New York Giants. But for my pick, though, give me the Rams, just because I do prefer the Rams overall, and I think it would be pretty interesting to see how that would go. Next, we got the Baltimore Ravens against the Kansas City Chiefs. This is the big CBS matchup for this week. For the prediction, as much as the Baltimore Ravens are going to do, I think it's going to be Mahomes' side of things. So give me the Chiefs. I don't like the Chiefs, but I think it's how it's going to happen. But for my pick, though, give me the Ravens because I don't like the Chiefs. And lastly, we have the Chicago Bears. The Las Vegas. Chicago Bears against the Las Vegas Raiders as the last matchup. I was almost about to forget on my script, but thankfully I remember at the top of my head. Either way, we have the Chicago Bears against the Las Vegas Raiders for the last matchup for 4 o'clock. For my prediction, actually give me the Bears just because the Raiders have not been doing great. I mean, they only won one game, but overall, give me the Giants over. Let's go. Give me the Bears over the Patriots. Let's go over the Raiders, and that's it for Week 4's matchup. Oh, and also because the Bears beat the Cowboys, and they can do the same thing against the Raiders. They will beat the Raiders overall. So, yeah. Other than that, that's it for Week 4's 4 o'clock games. And now we move on to Sunday Night Football and Monday Night Football's doubleheader week for the other 3 primetime matchups. Okay, now for the Sunday Night Football matchup, to start it off for the Sunday Night Football matchup, we have the Green Bay Packers against the Dallas Cowboys at Dallas, Texas, or Arlington, Texas, for the Sunday Night Football matchup. For my prediction and pick, I'm actually going to go for the Packers just because, despite the Cowboys have gotten better, I think Micah Parsons is going to have its revenge game over Dallas. Green Bay is going to have the win. And overall, I do think that the Packers are going to win this game over the Commanders. The Commanders regret this game, and overall, I think the Packers will win this game after that devastating loss over the Cleveland Browns. And now we have the Monday Night Football matchups, which is this time we're not going to have one game, but we have 2 games this week, which we have the doubleheader week. So, for the doubleheader, we start off with the first Monday Night Football matchup with the New York Jets against the Miami Dolphins for the first Monday Night Football matchup. For the prediction, I'm going to say the Dolphins because I think the Dolphins are finally going to pull off their win, finally. It took them long enough. I think the Dolphins are going to finally get their first win of the season over a pretty bad Jets team. And for the pick, though, I'm actually going for the Jets just because the Jets have been playing pretty solid with Justin Fields overall, even though they haven't been doing great. But overall, I do think the Jets are going to win this game overall. And that's my prediction for for the first Monday Night Football matchup. And for the second and final Monday Night Football matchup for this week, for Week 4, we actually have the rematch game from last year what happened to Denver. We have the Cincinnati Bengals against us, the Denver Broncos, as the last game for Week 4 of the NFL season. For my prediction pick, we don't have to do the pick for obvious reasons. But for my prediction, okay, now this is where the prediction comes down to play. Because Joe Burrow is out for the season probably is out for a couple of games with a broken toe injury, I think what's going to happen is the Broncos are going to have a better match overall, and based around logic, I think the Broncos with Bo Nix will have a better game overall with a better, squad. And the defense will have a better matchup to defend. So overall, for my prediction, I'm going to say the Broncos. Though upsets can happen, Upsets can happen. And they will get the bounce back week after 2 devastating losses to the Colts and the Chargers. And that, my friends, is going to be will be it for Week 4's NFL prediction picks for the 2025 to the 2026 NFL season. Thank you for watching. I do apologize for the thumbnail. Last week, I forgot that the Ravens and the Lions were actually playing at Baltimore, not Detroit. I apologize. But either way, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon for more notifications. If the Broncos win over the Bengals, I will be doing the NFL prediction picks. That's good. The second toast video. If not, we go to the NFL prediction picks for Week 5. And also, we'll be doing a vlog video for Week 5 as well when we have the Eagles game as well. But either way, that's it for the video. I hope you guys like this video. And either way, I'll see you guys with another video. Broncos country, let's ride. Bye-bye, Bronco fans. Ta-ta for now.